Live-action superhero movies are now a Hollywood staple, but there are plenty of animated adventures that are just as impressive. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 animated superhero movies. For this list, we're considering animated movies with superheroes, whether original or adapted from comic books, and whether created as a feature film, direct to DVD, or made for TV.
Good to see ya. I'd hug you, but hey, Fat God saliva. It's the pits.
Number 10, Hellboy, Sword of Storms.
Yeah, so where is Hellboy anyway?
Dark and grim, yet strangely beautiful, Hellboy, Sword of Storms perfectly captures the visual style of Mike Mignola's comic books.
I don't have time for this.
The movie's Hellboy in Japan plot allows for plenty of atmosphere, the characters are spot on, and the dialogue has plenty of sly humor.
Perhaps a memorable evening with charming company.
No thanks. I got places to be.
Ron Perlman and the rest of the voice cast, many of whom were featured in the live-action movie, couldn't be better. It all adds up to a winner for Hellboy fans, and even those not familiar with the character.
Big mistake! Just go get it.
Number 9, Justice League: The New Frontier.
You know who's going to be there? Superman, Wonder Woman, people like that.
Darwin Cook's comic book made a thrillingly smooth transition to the screen.
What's the matter, Grodd? Feeling starved for attention?
Largely set in the 1950s, Justice League: The New Frontier is basically a retconned look at how DC's Silver Age heroes might have both come into existence and come to work with each other.
New look? A sidekick? Do you mind if I ask you?
As a matter of fact, I do. Let's just say I set out to scare criminals, not children.
The threat is a familiar one, an alien menace, but it's handled with great style. Especially impressive is the manner in which Cook's unique visual style is faithfully transferred into animation. Number 8, Superman, Batman, Apocalypse.
I swear that her death will be avenged. I'm going to Apocalypse.
That's exactly what Darkseid wants.
Then I won't disappoint him.
You mean we won't disappoint him?
The title may emphasize Superman and Batman, but Supergirl is an equal partner in this outing. And that's all for the good.
So allow me to reintroduce my cousin, Kara Zor-El, or as the world will come to know her, Supergirl.
Serving as an introduction to the Girl of Steel, Superman, Batman, Apocalypse also includes one of the most powerful and impressive portrayals of the evil Darkseid on screen.
Forever mine, forever Darkseid.
The action sequences, especially those on Apocalypse, are nothing short of glorious. But even they pale compared to the final showdown back in Smallville. Number 7, Wonder Woman. Critics who think that most portrayals of Wonder Woman lack sufficient power haven't seen this film. The amazing Amazon is given her due in the action sequences, some of which are quite brutal. The filmmakers excellently balance the character's innate warrior spirit with her equally strong desire for peace.
As is the custom, our emissary will don the colors of the foreign nation as a sign of respect and peace.
They also give the representation of the mythological aspects of the character a palpable mysticism.
The lasso of truth. bequeathed to us by the goddess Hestia, sent here by arrow from Mount Olympus.
Kerry Russell and Nathan Fillion provide superb voice performances, and the chemistry between Diana and Steve is a delight.
I guess I'll see you at your apartment.
Call if you're gonna be late. I don't want dinner getting cold.
Look! It's Wonder Woman!
Number 6. Superman Doomsday.
A safe Superman means a safe metropolis.
An adaptation of the famous Death of Superman story arc, Superman Doomsday features the epic battle between the Man of Steel and the monster known as Doomsday. That alone promises plenty of action, but Doomsday also shows what happens after Superman's death. And that's what really gives the film its impact and importance.
Not since President Kennedy died has our nation so collectively mourned.
Adam Baldwin voices a marvelous Superman, and James Marsters is an absolutely impeccable Lex Luthor.
By the way, you're doing a fine job convincing the world you're Superman. Keep up the good work.
Superman's iconic status has rarely been demonstrated to better effect on film.
Metropolis is under my protection, now and forever. Over my dead body.
Number 5. Batman: The Dark Knight Returns.
We don't have to do this.
Sure we do.
Frank Miller changed comics history with the Batman: The Dark Knight graphic novel. The film version, therefore, has a lot to live up to. And while it's not quite perfect, it still is an amazing accomplishment.
But for tonight, you will rely on your brains and your fists. Tonight, we are the law. Tonight, I am the law.
Part 1 lags occasionally, largely because of the necessary exposition. But once the film takes off, it's a rocket that can't be stopped.
You say you answer to some sort of authority. They only want me dead because I'm an embarrassment. Because I do what they can't. What kind of authority is that?
Watch out especially for the battle between Batman and Superman and the final confrontation with the Joker. They're astounding.
See you in hell.
Number 4. Justice League Doom.
You might want to give up now.
Freely adapting the Tower of Babel comic storyline into film, Justice League Doom manages to bring together an impressive collection of heroes and villains.
I suspect we do a bit better. It's Bane, isn't it? I'm Metallo. Big fan of your work.
Yet it also manages to slyly keep the focus on Batman's contribution to the Justice League, making it more than just a slugfest.
Alfred, get the Batwing ready. The Justice League is under attack.
By whom?
By me!
The large array of characters is effectively used, and plenty of key moments for the major players. There's something here to please fans of all the heroes involved, and that's no small feat.
Superman? Can't talk now.
Number 3. Batman: Under the Red Hood.
Who's that other one? The pretty boy in the leotard.
That's Nightwing. He was the Bat's first sidekick. The first Robin.
The death of Jason Todd, the second Robin, was a seminal event in the comics world. Batman: Under the Red Hood is a sensational adaptation of the later storyline that detailed what happened after Todd's death.
I know I failed you, but I tried to save you, Jason.
At times harrowing and gripping, Under the Red Hood is a Joker story, but with a twist that gives the film its power.
If you won't kill this psychotic piece of filth, I will!
John DiMaggio is a fascinating Joker.
I think you may have a collapsed lung. That always impedes the oratory.
And Bruce Greenwood is splendid as the Caped Crusader.
I own that. I'll carry that like everything else.
Brandon Vietti's intense direction imbues the film with decidedly cinematic momentum.
Shut up and fight.
Number 2, The Incredibles.
Elastigirl.
Mr. Incredible.
Brad Bird's highly original computer-animated film looks at a family of superpowered heroes who aren't allowed to use their powers.
5! You have to put a force field around the plane!
But you said we weren't supposed to use our powers!
I know what I said! Listen to what I'm saying now!
Forced into living a humdrum everyday life, The Incredibles examines what it means to be special.
You always say, do your best, but you don't really mean it. Why can't I do the best that I can do?
Right now, honey, the world just wants us to fit in, and to fit in, we just gotta be like everybody else.
And how expressing one's unique abilities can impact others, positively and negatively. The Pixar flick includes some of the most stunningly animated action sequences ever put on screen. And it's a thrill ride, but it's also an engrossing and amusing story of one very tight-knit family.
That was the best vacation ever! I love our family.
Before we reveal our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
Come on, you call that an attack?
You are now Green Lantern.
The Hulk has come to Asgard.
Show Townsville just what our powers can really do!
The new boy. Ears are too long and I miss the cape, but not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. Woof!
Number 1, Batman, Mask of the Phantasm. Although produced way back in 1993, Batman, Mask of the Phantasm is still the animated superhero film against which all others are measured.
Buzz Bronski, your angel of death awaits.
Get away from me, you freak!
It's not just that it has a compelling plot, although it certainly has that. It overflows with expertise in practically every area.
You're too late, Batman! There are 20 miles of tunnels under this place, and they're all filled with high explosives.
From the unusual and dramatic shot compositions, to the caricatured visual style and the voice cast that couldn't be bettered.
I've seen the guy. He looks more like the ghost of Christmas future. Nowhere near as cute as Batboy.
Batman, Mask of the Phantasm is clearly the work of inspired creators working at the top of their form.
Now hold on to your hat and watch those valuables. It's going to be a bumpy ride.
Do you agree with our choices?
You can't trust anybody.
What other animated superhero movies deserve to be on this list? For more Super Top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
All of you, fight on! To the last breath, fight on!